Howlinblind, smoking cigars with Howlinblind, whose most intellectual friends get to call him Howlinblind, but it's Slim, because they get to hang out and smoke cigars with him. He's going to talk about all kinds of good stuff that makes more sense than anything Rush Limbaugh might have in his little pea brain. Howlinblind, smoking cigars with Howlinblind, but it's Slim. It's time for the Howlinblind show. He's gonna sit and smoke a good cigar and tell you all about stuff. Smoking cigars with Howlinblind, Muddy Slim. How you doing, folks? It's Howlinblind, your 60-minute Jelly Belly Toe Jam man, here to learn y'all some blues. It's a Tuesday, July the 28th. I'm going to smoke a Casa Magna Grand Toro. Got some interesting stuff, as I usually always do. I try to do it enough where you know what I'm talking about. Say shout out to my good buddy, Mr. Gary Burbank, the original Howlinblind Muddy Slim, funniest man in the world. All right, I think this might be a long video. By the way, hope you liked my new theme music. That's the new theme song for the Howlinblind Muddy Slim Smoking Cigar with Howlinblind Muddy Slim segments here on YouTube. They've been fortified and approved by the FDA. Let's get right down to the meat of the story. A lot of talk going on about Professor Gates and Sergeant, I can't remember his name now, who arrested Professor Gates, professor of Harvard University. Story goes, Professor Gates and his driver come back after being out of town for a while. They can't get in their house, or his house. He has the driver push the door and they get in. A concerned neighbor calls the police and says, I see two guys on this porch. I don't know if they live there or not, but they're trying to get in and they're pushing the door open. Concerned neighbor. Yeah, I would, in a way, maybe I would want them to do that for me. I don't know if I would or not. But anyway, the police shows up, and by this time, Professor Gates is in his home, and they want to see some proof that he lives there. I totally understand. Professor Gates says this is racial profiling. Now, in the fact that I don't agree with what the police did, and whether Obama says they acted stupidly or not, I don't really give a shit. Fuck Obama. Who gives a shit what he has to say anyway? From what I understand, and it's been confirmed on both sides, Professor Gates got a little mouthy. And maybe he was tired. He'd traveled all day. He was a little frustrated. He was a little worn out. So he was kind of irritated. And then here a cop shows up on his porch accusing him of breaking in the house. Why couldn't he have just said, and I'll disagree with one thing. When Professor Gates said, okay, I'll go get my proof that I live here, and he walked through the house, he should have locked the screen door. Remember that, folks. Do not invite the police into your home or give them any opportunity to walk into your house. A cop had no right to follow Professor Gates into his home. He violated Professor Gates, not civil rights, but rights of privacy, the Fourth Amendment right to be protected and safe in his home. Professor Gates should have then came back, unlocked the door, stepped outside on the porch and said, here's my proof that I am the man that I say I am, and that, yes, I do live here. Now, here's the thing. I've moved so much in the last 6 years that my driver's license does not state my current address on it. But it does have a picture of me. My only thank goodness is my neighbors know that this is me and that I live here. Could he have just, and even in that case, could he have said, get somebody, have him come and prove him here? But the fact that, okay, they established he lived there. That was established. Okay, yes, you are Professor Gates. You do live here. Professor Gates should have said, okay, thank you very much for your concern. Have a nice evening, officer. And probably most cases the cop would have walked off the porch, got in his car, radioed in, everything okay here. Meet you at the donut shop. But no, Professor Gates got a little mouthy. I think there was wrongdoing on both parts. I do not think this was racially motivated in any way, shape, or form. The cop was just a tad bit arrogant, and I agree with Bill Maher in the fact that if you don't kiss the cop's ass, he's going to give you he can make things a little rough on you. Legally, can he do that? No, he cannot. And had Professor Gates let the cop be an asshole instead of turning around and trying to be one back, and I got this from good sources about how to act when a police officer approaches you, and for any reason, whether he's there to help you or there to maybe possibly cause you harm, what to do. Cooperate. Let the cop show himself. Let the cop be a fucking asshole. And then you've got proof of it because, pull the record. You've got witnesses. And then sue his fucking ass. But I don't think this was racially motivated. I think it was egos. Professor's ego of, don't you know who I am? I make way more money than you pig. And the cop saying, oh yeah? Well, I'm here doing you a favor, blah, blah, blah. I just think egos got in the way. And that's my own opinion. All right, coming up on 7 minutes, a little after 7 minutes. Now I want to talk about a series of videos, and I want you to look them up. Rush Limbaugh talking to Greta. There's a 5-segment video, or 5 videos up here, roughly 9 to 10 minutes long. And I want to touch on some of those. So I'm going to take a little break, and then we'll come back with part 2. And I want to talk about some of the things that Rush Limbaugh has to say about what's going on with the economy and Obama and inflation and things like that. So, and Rush, I know you watch my videos. And I'll prove it.